Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Precious and I'm back again with another video. It's been a while doing a sit down, so this is gonna be quite interesting. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. My name is Precious K and I create content about my life. So today's video is a sit down and we're discussing transitioning from medical student to doctor, junior doctor, resident doctor, whichever term you're more familiar with. So I personally just finished my first rotation and I felt like I can leave 2 cents, like I can just share my 2 cents on this. These are not polished thoughts. I'm feeling like I'm not qualified to be sharing them, but maybe to help someone out there. Let's do this. Let's do this. So today I'm basically going to be talking about the whole transitioning from being a student to, you guys have literally watched my journey, like every step of the way. If you're a first time here or you just recently subscribed to my channel, you can scroll down to one of my first videos being in medical school in China to now I record and share my journey as a junior doctor working right now in Zambia. This might actually turn into a rant, but because I feel like I want to share, please follow with me. I'm feeling like to be a very short video, but yeah, follow with me. This video is just inspired by the first day of hospital, like going in as a resident, like all the feelings, all the jitters. Like I vlogged my first day. I will leave all the links down below. And I've mentioned a lot of times here, say, oh, I deal with imposter syndrome, I've dealt with imposter syndrome. So I just wanted to leave my 2 cents on that and just give you an update. How is the imposter syndrome going after finishing one rotation? What really is it like? I think I'll give just a brief. I just finished internal medicine. The hospital where I was working, it's divided into sections according to the system. So I was only able to do cardiology. So I was under the cardiology unit and I learned a lot basically. I learned so much. It was a good experience. I worked well with my fellow colleagues who I found and my bosses, and it was like I I don't know. I met amazing people. It was it was a good experience overall. It was a very good experience overall. But I remember my first day, although my first day was when I was doing infectious diseases. I remember my first day, I think doing cardiology, I did have it where I was so scared. And yeah, I dealt with a lot of imposter syndrome. Now, for those of you who do not know what imposter syndrome is, I'll leave a definition here, but I'll just quickly read it. It's a psychological pattern which an individual doubts their accomplishments. It has a persistent internalized fear of being exposed or being a fraud, as a fraud rather. So in short, I, like, I studied medicine. I went to medical school like way back, but then that feeling of feeling like I don't belong, like maybe someone will discover that I don't belong here. I think the easiest definition of imposter syndrome is feeling like you are a scam. I think that's the easiest, feeling like you're a scam. And yeah, I did feel like I was a scam. I think and I won't say the feeling has completely gone away, but it has become easier to deal with. I feel like the first days of going to being an intern is just like, what am I doing here? Like, these people are even trusting me to see a patient. But I feel like it's a little bit like the confidence began to grow. Like, guys, at the end of the day, nobody knows everything. Like, you need to be patient with yourself. And that's one thing that I have learned so much in this particular rotation. If you see me looking down, I have my journal so that I don't lose trail and just talk about everything. So talking on the part of imposter syndrome, it has minimized. I think with time some confidence came in, and I'm not saying it's completely gone. I mean, there are days where I won't lie, there are days where I'm asked to do something that probably have, like, I just have to be honest and say this, like, I need help, senior, please guide me through. And it's in those times where you feel like, am I supposed to be doing this? Like you don't know how to feel about yourself, but then there is no way you're going to be of help to the person, because the whole point of being a doctor, waking up every day and going to the hospital, is to save a life. And you won't be of help pretending as if you know things. So the imposter syndrome has become way better. I think having a lot of patience with myself, and I think that eventually, yes, there are moments where it does come, it does pop up, but then other times you're just too busy, trying to do what you know and what you can to help people, and don't really focus on that part. Yeah. I think another thing that I was really scared about before just starting my internship and transitioning from being a student to being You know, when you're a student, like you can go on the ward, you can disappear when you want. Especially, I think I've mentioned it before here. Being foreign trained, I would just disappear off the ward, and nobody would know. I think there were even times where it's not that I just wanted to disappear. I remember the time I got very sick during a ward run and just disappeared, and nobody ever called and said, "Oh, where did you go?" and this and that. But now being a doctor, you can't just decide that for a week you will not show up or for 2 days you will not show up without a proper reason. I think that's one of the things that was like, okay, that there's a transition literally from being in a place where you don't have much responsibility to now where you are on a rota somewhere. People are expecting you to show up. So yeah, that's one of the things that I faced in the transition of being a student to being a junior doctor. It's or being an intern. It was like responsibility. I now have responsibility. I remember the first few days it was a bit painful, especially when you get tired. It's like, do I have to go? You know, you wake up in the morning and instead of jumping out of get ready, you sit there for a few minutes like, and I just continue sleeping when you're so tired. But then you find that you have to find the strength to keep pushing day in and day out. Um yeah, another thing that I would like to talk about is the silent fears, the fears of making mistakes, the fears of what if I don't know this. I think that's a lot that I had on the first day. Like, what's going to happen if I ask to do this and I don't know? Like, there are so many silent fears. What about if I do not like yo? If you've been in that position before, please let us know in the comment section. But like there are so many fears, you begin to ask, okay, how do this people trust me? From being a student to, but of course, their licensing exams and all that, you don't just find yourself there. You have to qualify to get there. But it's just like still more. That's where imposter syndrome comes in. Like, how do you trust me to do this? But I think for the silent fears, the truth is it's not everything you know. And also, it's not everything that you don't know. Actually, you know much more than you think. There have been a few times where I'm asked a question, and sometimes I'm one person who's very shy at answering questions out loud. So I'll probably answer it in my head, or yeah, and I'm shocked. I'm like, I actually know that, like, I know the correct definition of that. So it's you find that you know more than you actually think. Like you've been trained for this. How many years have you spent in medical school? How long have you been studying? How many exams have you gone through? And how many times have you spent in your rotations as a student? So even with those silent fears, I think patience with yourself. I think there's a reason why the medical system is the way it is. You don't just wake up and you're a consultant. You go through a whole stage. Remember, there's one of the registrars who told me once. She was like, I think her mother is a doctor. So she was like, at this stage, as an intern, when you have a temporary license, this is the time you can make all the mistakes you can because nobody will come and penalize you for them. Not saying that you should be making mistakes on purpose, but what she was trying to just say is be patient with yourself. You are going to grow. It's not everything that you're going to do smoothly. You have mistakes, but what's most important is learning from those mistakes. But yeah, that's, I think, basically some of the things that I would call like the difference, or I don't even know how to title this video. It's a rant. That's just dealing with that move from being a student to being a doctor. I think it comes with a lot of excitement, with a lot of anticipation. And if someone is going into that stage and you're so scared, you don't know, or maybe you're even more excited. I've met some people who are very confident. There's some who are just very confident and like, I got this, I'll ace this. But then this is for that one person who feels like, how am I gonna do this? You got this, you can do this, you've been trained for this, you are going to do awesome. Have faith in God, in yourself, and yeah, in the training that you've had so far. Like, remember that our training is longer than just a normal degree. You've got this, you can do this. But anyway, I hope this video was helpful to someone. Very short, but I don't know if I was just ranting, but I hope I made a bit of sense. That's for this video. And if there's anything that you guys would like to see from me, or you have any questions, please leave them down. I'll be very happy. I feel like I'm in that era of my sit down videos. Like, I just need topics. Give me a topic, I will do for you a sit down video. Anyway, if it's your first time seeing this beautiful face, please subscribe. My name is Precious K, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Please don't forget to like. It helps YouTube suggest this video to other people. Bye. See you next time.